Happy New Year to everybody who is listening to the Suplah. It is 2014, 2013 has come to a close, and of course this is the episode that we spend pretty much most of the time talking about, well, I say talking about, complaining about pretty much everything that happened last year. I am, of course, your 2011 and 2012 co-host of the year, Liam Dunn. I am joined with the runner-up for both of those years, Andy Kwan.
Fuck off. I was joint 1 year, so shut the hell up. Hello.
And we have got, of course, the man that helms the Let's Play, co-hosts the Divas Total Whatever Shit Show. Not saying his show shit, I'm saying the show that he reviews.
Divas. It's not difficult, Jesus.
Carmine Antonelli.
How's it going, guys? You better not be saying the Total Divas show is shit, because that show is amazing.
The review's very good, but the show that you review is shite. That's what I'm trying to
Total
get
Divas is awful.
It's
a mess.
It is.
So...
Explain how we're formatting this with the hours.
Oh, yes, that's what I was going to say. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to do the news first, because since we've been gone, there's been so much shit happening, so fuck it. Were you singing Kelly Clarkson? Who the fuck did that?
That was me. That was all me. I'll take the credit.
Card somewhere.
Hey, Kelly Clarkson.
Right. We're going to do the news first, and then we will do the awards for the second hour, probably. Yeah. We're here for 2 hours. I'm going to be mentally drained by the end of this. So, unfortunately, I hate starting the news on a terrible note, but we have to. Sadly, Mae Young has passed away. The WWE Hall of Famer has passed away, according to WWE.com. The 90-year-old had been under hospice care following a recent fall and several complications. The decision was made last week to allow natural death, which was confused with switching off life support. Young has been in the business since the 30s and is known to be one of the toughest female grapplers in the wrestling industry. However, modern fans would know her best when she was given a run within the WWE during the Attitude Era as a comedy character, and she has made sporadic appearances ever since. And
now, this is a tragic thing.
Yep.
But we have to remember that this lady was, once again, like you said, one of the toughest women ever, and she lived to be 90. That's incredible.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean...
Wrestlers nowadays barely get to see 50.
Yeah, I got to agree with Carmine. I mean, you look at it, and you look at the wrestling... You look at... Whenever we really report news of a wrestler dying on here, besides me making some inappropriate comment, they're usually young. And I mean sort of like 40s, 50s, 60s pushing it. But to say she made
and occasionally you'll get the terrible, like, Umagas and Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, and, you know, it's sad when you say it's rare when somebody dies this old. But, you know, she did very well for herself, both career-wise and living-wise. You know, she lived very, very old. I don't know where I'm going with that sentence, but you know what I mean. She did very well for herself, and as opposed to looking at this as a sad thing, I think, you know, we should take the time to more celebrate the fact that she did very well for herself, and as opposed to being mournful over it, we should be more, you know, almost giving an ovation on her way out. You know, she did very well, and, you know, she went out on a high note, I think.
Have you seen
after all,
an interview with Bully Ray, where, like, he talks about power bombing Mae Young off the stage?
Yeah.
Like, because it starts off with him saying that, like, he had to, like scoop slam or body slam Mae Young in the ring once, and he did it, like, really gingerly, as he puts it, and Mae's gone, I want you to slam me like you would any of the guys. And it's just like, Mae had to be 70 at this point, and, like, she got power bombed off the fucking stage, and she didn't care. She loved it. She's like, this is great. And even when she appeared on an old school Raw, like calling Lakels sluts, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
and
she's great.
She gave birth to a hand. She's the kind of person that, like, wouldn't care and just did whatever the fuck was necessary. That's brilliant.
And you know what, Mr.
Yeah, Mae Young was
Priceless,
great.
Mr. Priceless in the chat actually brought up a very, very good statistic here. He said Mae Young is the only wrestler to wrestle in 9 separate decades. She debuted in 1939, which was, of course, the start of the Second World War, guys, with her last match being in March of 2010. And he said that stat will never be replicated. And I believe him. I don't think that will ever be replicated ever again.
Nah.
I mean, that is fucking impressive.
Like Ric Flair will be able to touch that. That's insane.
That is fucking impressive. And my hat goes... If I was wearing a hat, it would go off to her.
It's insane.
That hurts my head thinking about that all that amount of time. But yeah, it's a sad day. But like, it's
like Liam said. Instead of mourning over it, celebrate it. She was not celebrate it, but like celebrate her.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a Benoit or even an Eddie situation. She did do very well. She lasted very far in her life, and you know she does deserve the rest now. And I think she should be celebrated more than mourned. I mean, every death's sad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like she was taken from us at the age of 32. You know.
Yeah. So this is a sad but.
What is wrong with me? I'm being really classy this episode. I don't like it.
Is this some kind of resolution or something?
I'm just being. I don't know what's happened.
That's what Mae Young does to people, Liam.
Evidently,
you're changing and you don't even know.
Okay. Here's one. Right. It's ironic because she's not young anymore.
Oh my god.
There you go.
I think people were making that joke for 40 years, Liam.
Yep. Did she do the Bronco Buster as well?
Did she?
Yeah, she used to do that to everyone.
Awesome.
Oh my god, she's so good.
At least she didn't tear her ass open.
I don't want to move on from this, but we might have to.
I could spend 2 hours talking about
I know, I could happily do that. But if you ever want to watch any of her matches, you can now on the
segue.
This is the best episode ever. You can fucking go onto the WWE Network because it's $9.99 for all pay-per-views, including this year's WrestleMania. WWE have officially announced the launch of their network in Las Vegas. It will go online on February 24th for $9.99 a month. Fans can have live and on-demand access to every single WWE pay-per-view, including past and present WrestleManias, as well as full content such as Legends House, Raw post-shows, and an archive that includes the full Monday Night Wars, ECW library, and much more. The flagship shows, Raw and SmackDown, will remain on cable television, and you will be able to buy the pay-per-views in the same traditional way. WWE are hyping the service that it goes over the top, meaning WWE themselves are providing what is essentially an internet streaming platform that can be accessed on PCs, laptops, smartphones, game consoles, tablets, and other devices. You can either tune in to the live stream or go straight to the on-demand library. The shows are archived in real time, so if you're 30 minutes late for a pay-per-view, you can start at the beginning. This is the greatest fucking idea ever.
I just want to
say this is the best deal for your money I've ever heard.
Can I just interrupt because I think we need to address the elephant in the room here. For the past 2 years on this show, myself and Andy have been pretty much we've been giving the network idea a really tough time. After all, they announced it in 2012, just after after WrestleMania.
No. They announced it in 2011, saying that it would debut in 2012.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's even worse.
So, and they had that really shit advert with Skrillex, and it was like, oh my god, the network's coming, and then nothing happened, and we would just joke saying if the network ever gets off, and then we said, well, would it ever get off? I mean, would you really want to watch a channel of just wrestling?
No, I'm not gonna lie. You just said coming and get off in the same sentence.
Only you would pick up on that. That's disturbing me. Anyway,
I know, that says a lot about me. What? So yeah, go on about the network.
So we watched the reveal in Las Vegas. We all knew it was to do with the network, but the way they've done it, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm eating my own words here. It's fucking good. It really is. We were joking. We were ripping the shit out of the network constantly, just saying it's not going to work. People don't want it.
It's a great system.
It's a great. The pricing is brilliant. What you're getting for the money is amazing. The fact that I think it was last year, we had an entire rant, pretty much one episode, about WrestleMania costing $60 to $70.
Yeah,
Now,
that is fucking
for
ridiculous.
$10 a month, you get WrestleMania as well as all the pay-per-views up to SummerSlam. You get the original...
If it was just the pay-per-views, it would still be a great deal.
It would be an amazing deal.
But then they have the entire libraries of WWE, WCW, and ECW, along with new shows, NXT. I'm so excited for this.
This is the greatest thing ever, because the UFC have released Fight Pass, and they released something similar. I think it's about the same price, but their library is nowhere near as big as WWE's is. Like, UFC got, like, Pride and Strikeforce and maybe WEC, and that's it. With WWE, they own everything! And it's going to be uncensored. It's not going to be PG shit. It's not going to be like the fucking WWF logo is going to have a blur on it. This is brilliant. This is the greatest fucking thing they've ever done. The only thing. And I'm sorry to be this guy, but I'm just concerned that after 6 months, everyone's bought this fucking thing. It's like, LOL, we're going to bump up the price. Or LOL, we might bring in a shit show. Or LOL.
No, I think it's the price. I think if anything's going to kill it, it's going to be the price. I think you can bring in Total Divas. You don't have to watch Total Divas. You can watch the entire Attitude Era or the NWO storyline that went on for like 5 years in WCW. I think it's the price. If they went from $9.99 a month to suddenly boosting up to about $30 a month, they would lose so many subscribers.
And the other thing is, there's got to be someone in the company that knows that. Like,
yeah, no, obviously, because
they wouldn't be that stupid, would they?
Well, I mean, like, no, you're right, because when the network was announced, they were saying that it was going to be for $20 to $30, in between $20 to $30 a month for the thing. But the other thing as well is that Keelan, who couldn't join us with the show, he's feeling a bit under the weather, sadly. Keelan is on the chat, and he stated that he doesn't understand that it's $9.99 a month, but it's a 6-month commitment. How can they force you to pay for it monthly for 6 months? You can just tell your card company to stop. Well, I can understand that, but maybe it's in a bulk thing. Maybe you have to pay the $60 in advance. I don't know how they can. I don't know how they can do that, but nevertheless, you think about it, pay $60 for one WrestleMania, or $60 for 6 months worth of pay-per-views, including WrestleMania and SummerSlam. You've got the entire back catalogue of pay-per-views for WWE, WCW, ECW. You've got the entire back catalogue of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Superstars, Main Event, anything you want.
And that alone, it doesn't matter which way you put it. If you put it's like $60 just one lump sum, or if it's $60 spread out throughout 6 months. It doesn't matter which way you put it or how you say it. This is the greatest fucking deal ever. Like, if you're a wrestling fan and you don't have this will kill piracy. I'm fucking telling you. Like,
it will. No, you're right. You're right.
Torrent websites can go fuck themselves anyway, but, like, they'll die. They'll just die. There's no point in them anymore. Like, I don't care if you're a fucking cheapskate. I don't care if you're poor. I don't give a fuck. It's like a tenner. That's it.
Well, hang on. I might backtrack on agreeing with you, actually, because I just thought about it. I don't think BitTorrenting or live streaming will actually go away, and I think the simple reason is because the network, at launch, later next month, is exclusive to America. People like us in the UK and elsewhere in the world, we're being left out.
I mean, like, at a certain point, once everyone can get it, then...
Yeah, but WWE have said that could take up to a year for the rest of the world to get the network. Which I don't really understand. If it's an online service, surely it should be everywhere.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe, I mean, I'm not familiar with what region locking is, but maybe it's got something to do with, like, that. But maybe there's something they can't control.
Also, things like Superstars and NXT over here,
they're
broadcast on Sky.
Yeah.
So I think they would have to wait for those contracts to run out before...
That's probably got something to do with it, too, yeah.
Because what they've done is all the shitty shows that you guys can't get in you know, Yankee Land, is that you can't... You don't get Superstars or NXT unless you get Hulu or something, right?
Right.
So, over here, we get those shitty shows that no one wants to watch. Like Main Event.
I'd watch NXT, you kidding me?
NXT?
Okay, that was the wrong term, but whatever. But like, they've got to probably wait for those contracts to run out before you can watch them online.
Well, it
I
brings
guess.
up a legitimate point here actually, where because I'm seeing in the chat Antonio and Keelan again are talking about TV and pay-per-view rights, and you got to question what is this going to do for WWE, because we were talking about not so long ago, we were talking about the fact that WWE wanted to pretty much double their network rights or whatever it was, their distribution rights to like USA Network and other things. With the advent of the network, will this affect them trying to sell the TV rights? Because they're, USA could just say, well, you're self-distributing. You don't need us anymore. So we'll fill up that time slot with some new programming. Maybe get our own Breaking Bad. I don't know, but I mean, what is that going to do? And there's already rumours, like Antonio said, DirecTV. There's a chance they're discussing dropping WWE pay-per-views.
There's a story about this. So yeah, they said in a statement, clearly we need to Clearly we need to quickly reevaluate the economics and viability of their business with us. As it now appears, the WWE feels that they do not need their pay-per-view distributors. They took a jab at WWE, also mentioning that their buys have been steadily declining.
That's not a jab, that's fucking true.
Yeah. And this low-cost, competitive offering will only accelerate this trend. WWE are hoping to offer both the traditional and network pay-per-views to ensure that they reach the most fans possible. Although it is possible that DirecTV, or whatever the fuck you call it, and others will remove them to make a point. And most likely it will come down to whether money can still be made. And I read somewhere, I can't remember where, but it says that the pay-per-view companies take like 50-50, like a 50-50 chunk of the money made on pay-per-views. So if you get rid of the pay-per-view people, WWE can take 100% of the money.
That's what I mean. They're self-distributing. They're self-distributing. Why do they need DirecTV?
Like, pay-per-view is now dead. It's dead. That's it. It's gone.
But the thing is, Andy, we've been saying that there needs to be an innovation in this area. We've been saying that.
And here it is.
And this is it. This is
it. Change.
This is it. And I think it's a very good move. I think it's a great move. I really think this can. I think this can be on the swing WWE back on the up and up.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad.
There is actually one other thing that's linked into this. I don't know if it's in the notes because I haven't been given the notes. Thanks, Andy. But there was a report, and it was on Wrestling Pundit earlier this week, where Eric Bischoff says that the WWE Network. Right, get this right. This really mind fucked me when I read the headline. He said that the WWE Network could actually help TNA, and he said this.
Is he high on drugs?
Well, he said this because his reasoning was that if DirecTV does consider dropping WWE as a service, then that means it would just be TNA. TNA would be the only wrestling company on pay-per-view, and he says that could help TNA. However...
Okay, I see where he's going with this, except for the fact that would make their product so much more expensive than anything WWE does.
And the other thing is, it doesn't matter, I don't think, in my personal opinion, if you're the only wrestling promotion on pay-per-view. If people don't know who you are, they're not going to tune in.
Yeah, and they took a stab at WWE saying their buy rates are fucking low. Holy fuck, why would DirecTV want your shit promotion that can't even get more than 1,000 people to buy their fucking wanky pay-per-views? Shut the fuck up, Bischoff.
Does Eric Bischoff genuinely believe that WWE having their pay-per-views exclusive to the network, which would mean that they would have to change the name from pay-per-views to something else, but that's another matter I'm not going to talk about. Sorry, I'm going off on my own tangent here. Anyway,
brilliant.
Does he really think that the hundreds of thousands of people who buy WWE are like, oh, there's no WWE pay-per-view anymore, oh, watch TNA instead? Do they really think that they're going to go from, like, I don't know, 50,000 buys to, like, 250,000 buys? Like that? Do they think that? Is that what they actually believe?
Their company is fucked. I don't care what Eric has to say.
And actually, Antonio makes a really good point. Their one night only pay-per-views are taped months in advance. I don't give a shit if it's $5. I know the results. I don't need to see the fucker. Oh wait, guess what? Guess what? This shitty little tournament we paid for doesn't matter in the storylines. So I have no reason to fucking watch it.
Like, seriously, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't care about this company anymore. AJ Styles, the guy who's been the poster boy for this company, has been in a shoot interview and is just like running everyone down. He was like, I told Samoa Joe that all the shitty gimmicks he was going to have was just going to be just a flash in the pan, and he was going to be the top of the company. And then he's like, Hogan did nothing, Flair's an idiot, and this is AJ Styles! AJ Styles, the only guy you ever pushed, and he's saying this company is balls. Jeff Jarrett is actually left, and he's actually probably, maybe, we don't know, he might start a company with Toby... What's his name? God damn it, someone help me! Keith, that's it, Toby Keith. Because the country music star was one of the names circulated as potentially buying TNA and was mistaken for Billy Corgan. How do you get those two mixed up? Of the Smashing Pumpkins when the sale rumor started on his MLW radio show, which you don't need to listen to, just listen to us. AAA employee Conan, whatever, suggested that Jarrett jumped from TNA to start his own company when Panda Energy made it clear they weren't for sale. The legendary ring announcer Jim Ross, who once met the Carters at one point, is getting some... well, he was going to get power within TNA, but then declined not to. Yeah, he might work for this company. He just went, do we need another company?
No, we don't. I mean, we've got the little remembered Ring of Honor still going. Do we really need another company?
Probably not.
We need PWG to get a TV slot.
Yes, we do. God damn, I've been meaning to buy DVDs and stuff, and I just haven't got the money at the moment. I mean, like, I could pay for a WWE network, but like I can't because it's shipping and shit. But they look so fucking good.
They are so good. Just the previews on YouTube are good.
Exactly. I just watch the previews on YouTube and be like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just amazing. But speaking of things that are not amazing, Kaitlyn has left WWE.
Damn it.
And now that she's left WWE, Kaitlyn looks to be getting involved in a project with her bodybuilder fiancé, PJ Braun. He wrote...
That's an unfortunate name for a bodybuilder.
PJ Braun. I don't get it.
The brawn part.
I don't get it.
Brawn! Like brains over brawn?
Don't explain it, he doesn't get it. Literally, it's like talking to a brick wall. You would have more of a fucking conversation with a monkey's fart than with him. Just leave it. Honestly,
The Rock all of a sudden?
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, so much for you being nice today. Fuck, where the hell did that go? Jesus. Right, that fucking disappeared. Fuck.
Anyway, what did PJ Brain over Braun say?
Trying to read a story. My fiance at Kaitlyn WWE has officially stepped down from WWE to focus on an awesome, that's how he put it, new project. It's going to be huge. Very proud of her. For anyone asking about Kaitlyn at WWE, about the project, she will tell you when the time is right. And no, she isn't pregnant. Ha ha. Okay. Kaitlyn herself wrote there's big things on the horizon for 2014. I'll keep you all updated. And I'll also be posting an abnormal amount of cat pictures.
Awesome. I loved Kaitlyn.
I thought you were saying you like cat pictures.
Well,
Insert
but
pussy
no,
joke
I loved
here.
Kaitlyn. She was great. So this is unfortunate to see that she's not with WWE anymore.
Yeah.
But good luck with whatever you're doing.
What is it? What is it with WWE and just not being able to hold on to female talent? I don't...
They all want to leave and do something better than being a WWE diva.
Because it's derogatory to be a diva right now. It's like the worst thing ever. Like, I'm not a feminist, but it's just like... like...
Well, it's not even a degrading thing. Well, I mean, the wrestling part of it isn't. Like, on WWE TV, it's something like Total Divas, when that gets more glory, when those idiots like Eva Marie get more screen time for being idiots than you do in a wrestling company for being a wrestler, it's like, what am I doing here?
But it is degrading because they're fighting for a belt that's the shape of a
That
fucking
aside-
butterfly.
That aside, the champion of the company gets less screen time than a redheaded moron. It's like, why do I bother? So she left.
And I mean, I've heard rumors that, like, as well, it was to do with, like, the whole creative has nothing for you thing. Which, their job is to be creative. If you can't do that right, leave. It's not difficult, really, is it? Christ. And, like, obviously they, like, had nothing for her, and she was just like, well, fuck this, I'm gonna go do something else, because I'm bored now.
And it's a pity, because her matches with AJ, particularly at Battleground, which is probably the worst fucking name for a pay-per-view, that was one of the best women's matches in years. Honest
That was one
to
of the
God.
best matches of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it was up there with
stop.
Trish Stratus and Lita in terms of female wrestling. And you've just... You've let her go. She could have been the next fucking Trish. AJ could have been the next Lita. But you know what I mean, though, right?
Yes, I know what you mean.
You
I
know
mean,
what I
that could have... She could have been so good. But WWE, as usual, are idiots. Speaking of idiots, it seems that the in-character exchange between Batista and Alberto Del Rio on Twitter has turned sour after the Hispanic star made the following tweet in reference to Batista's lackluster MMA career. Really, Batista? Ha ha ha. I'm the one whining all the major titles while you were getting your ass kicked by your plumber, whatever. See you at the Rumble. Like we say in hashtag Mexico, you can buy muscles, but you can't buy...
Huevos.
I'm not being...
Huevos!
Everyone.
What the fuck does that mean?
Everyone.
Basically balls.
I didn't... Okay. Batista then responded... See, my Spanish is awful. I don't know any words in Spanish. Batista responded... Hilarious. Saying Del Rio had crossed the line. It seems to me some C-level stars in a B-level star era have bought their own hype. Don't turn a work into a shoot. Hashtag reality check. I think he's deleted this since. But Del Rio himself has had 14 MMA fights with 9 wins, although some of his fights have been questioned in terms of their legitimacy.
Now, real quick, what Batista said in response makes me think he's bought into his own hype. Not the C-level star thing, because that's kind of true right now. Yeah. But the B-level star era thing makes it seem like, well, ever since I left, everyone's shit. Like, really, man?
He wasn't that great to begin with.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, he's a recognizable name, don't get me wrong. When Batista comes back on Monday, people will know who he is. Fair enough. But, he's not The Rock. Okay? He's not, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No.
So, I'm sorry, but you're not that great either. I'm just saying.
He's basically Ryback, only a little bit better.
Oh, speaking of which, you're the greatest Segway person ever. Ryback deletes his Twitter once again after posting more stupid and controversial tweets. The WWE star Ryback has once again cleared his Twitter account.
Breathe!
Yesterday afternoon, he went off on wrestling reporters. Oh god, do I have to read all this?
No.
There's like 20 of them. He just goes apeshit. He just says like stuff like,
wow, there's a lot of tweets.
Did you know that 1 in 3 online internet wrestling reporters go on to work for acclaimed establishments like Wall Street and Money Magazine? Internet breaking news alert. The Dirt Sheets ASAP Ryback was born a human and has a real name of Ryan Reeves. And it's even on his Twitter. Wow. It's just, he goes mental. Like, rumors circulating Ryback is being discussed to be the new Terminator. Why? Is he insane? And then he's like,
these are just like him trying to be funny. It's ridiculous.
But Ryback also made a tweet about Dolph Ziggler's recent concussion, which was sustained when the two guys had a match on main event. Forearm gave the show off a concussion, excessive hand grip and use... Right in English! Excessive hand grip use and rock hard muscle is reported to have been the cause and has been disciplined. Okay, two things are wrong with that sentence. One, if you can't spell, don't use Twitter. And two, why is he doing these things?
I don't know. Then what's not on here is that there was a tweet saying, "I'm done," or something like that. There were several tweets hinting that he wanted to quit, and then of course he deleted everything again.
Why is he doing these things?
He's looking for attention. He's looking for attention. He's angry because the internet wrestling fans, the IWC, don't like him. Because he fucking concusses everybody. He's shit on the mic. And let's be honest, his character's so fucking two-dimensional that even fucking The Simpsons are thinking, Jesus Christ, mate. Like, honest to God, this guy is a boring character. He is a boring wrestler. He's why a bully.
He seems like the most unsafe person ever. He's given a guy a concussion.
They gave him a gimmick where he is a word that he cannot pronounce. His character is that he's just a big high school bully, and he can't say the word bully.
He can't even say the word ambulance, for fuck's sake.
Have you heard him try to say bully?
Yes.
He says bully.
Bully.
I am not a bully. No, but you're an idiot.
Oh my god,
freaking moron.
I know the year's just started, but that's the greatest fucking thing I've ever heard. What the fucking name of fuck? I mean, Ryback is just so shit. If you ever watch Botchamania, where anytime Ryback is on it, every single time you can hear them say, slow down. Like, just slow down. Just stop. Just calm. Chill the fuck out.
There was a Botchamania with Ryback and Goldust. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Goldust was running at him, and he tried to do like a spinning power slam. He got him about halfway around and then dropped him on his head. He's a moron.
He needed more time in like developmental, because the guy just... He's like the most unsafe. Like, every time I watch a Ryback match, I feel bad for the other person or the other people in the match, because he's just like, he looks like the stiffest fucker on the planet. Like, just.
And then they decided to team him with the other most boring guy, Curtis Axel.
Just, I mean, at least Curtis Axel doesn't like
hurt people.
Hurt people, for fuck's sake. I mean, yeah, he's bland, he's boring as fuck. He's got one of the most awful names in the history of life. He can't talk. He's got a haircut that makes him look like a homeless person. But at least he can work fairly well. And I'm not saying I can work, because if I got in a ring, I would die in the next 5 seconds. But for fuck's sake, Jesus Christ.
Ryback's just a mess.
Ryback equals balls. He's just awful.
Yeah. And I think the last thing on our news is something we already talked about.
Yes, it is. So we don't need another company again. I think anything with the word Jeff Jarrett and wrestling promotion, no. Have someone else do it.
Even Jeff came out of TNA just saying, don't fucking touch that with a barge pole.
Yeah.
Even he said it's in awful fucking shape.
And AJ Styles even said, like, if the guy who founded the company is not willing to stay on the ship as it's sinking, something wrong must be happening.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it. If the guy who made it doesn't think it's working anymore, there's a problem.
There's a massive problem. That should be the fire alarms going off, guys. Like, you should pay attention to this.
Yeah. The thing is, well, I've seen reports that, like, Dixie Carter she hasn't been as, like, approachable as she used to be. It's like, she's been described as being in her own little fucking world.
That doesn't fucking surprise me.
Realize she's a liar.
She's just...
Well, the Dixie Carter thing, actually, because this isn't on the notes, I don't believe, but actually, it reminded me of a story that we read earlier this week. And when I read it, I think it confirmed in my eyes that this woman is in fact mentally interesting, is the word that I can only go with right now.
Special needs.
Yeah. Like, there was a report, because Jesse Sorensen, I think that's how it's pronounced, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
He came out and did a shoot interview. And, of course, everyone knows the situation that he broke his neck in a match that the company had on a pay-per-view, and Dixie Carter said that... Kaitlyn just put it in the chat. Go and have a look at it if you're on the chat with us. And Dixie Carter says that you will have a job for life. And we've already ripped into this because they fired him later on. But what was interesting about this interview was that Jesse Sorensen said that Dixie was in the room with him and his mum, and she was saying, like, she said to his mum, you don't have to worry about any prices or bills or anything like that. Bearing in mind that later on his mum had to file for bankruptcy to pay off the bills, right? She said to him, don't have to worry about it. And at one point, Jesse's mum was saying, oh, I can't believe what's happened to my son. And then Dixie went, our son. Like, at that point, if I was Jesse, the fucking Psycho music would start playing. Like, who says that?
She was trying to be like, we're in this together, but it doesn't work when you ditch him a couple months later.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't just be like, I love you, I hate you. I love you, I hate you. Like, it doesn't make sense.
No. It's like I can just imagine she's like Gollum. She's like, we love Dixie. No, fuck, I ruined it.
I love Jesse.
We love Jesse. No, we hate Jesse. We hate him so much. No, we love Jesse. We love him so much. Like, that's what it is with her.
What's happening?
That's what it is.
That's what this show and Lord of the Rings references.
That is quite frankly the greatest fucking thing ever. What? I'm now picturing Dixie with like not much hair, fucking just in like a weird nappy thing. I want to keep Jesse, I do. Like,
we want to sell TNA. No, we want to keep TNA. We can make it work. We can't make it work.
I can't take it anymore. What? AJ Styles, no, we have to get rid of him.
We love aces and eights. We hate aces and eights. Aces and eights is a good idea. No, it's a bad idea. Like, not aces and eights. They are my precious.
I'm gonna be sick. I didn't drink last night.
But the other thing about this story, trying to move on, the other thing about this story is that, thank you for everyone who's saying we're awesome, by the way. The other thing about this story is that after everything that happened with the hashtag Ask Dixie scenario that everyone remembers from the summer because it was the best fucking thing ever, apparently everyone was giving her jip for releasing Jessie. And Dixie got really upset at this and got really concerned about the way she was being portrayed in the media or to the public. And she actually approached Jessie to say, can we do a joint statement saying that you have left on your own terms? And he went, no, we're alright.
Why did he turn to Kermit the Frog?
Dixie sounds like Gollum. Jesse sounds like Herbert the Twat. I'm Jesse. I love to collect stamps. Like, what the fuck?
That's not a good idea. I don't like that.
What the fuck are you on about? That's what I would picture Jarrett for someone.
But nevertheless, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But yeah, that's apparently they wanted to release a joint statement, and Jessie didn't want to do it because I agree. I mean, she fired him. She let him go, and after promising a job for life and then turning your back on him and breaking that promise, I think I think he was right to say no.
You know, as much as TNA has so many other problems, and they're gonna bring the ship down, the leak that started everything has got to be this Jesse Sorensen thing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was this in a lot of the releases as well.
Yeah, but this came first, I think. This was one of the first big releases.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right there.
She's just a terrible human being.
She is a terrible human being.
So, fuck it.
Like, dude was popular, broke his neck. People were like cheering him on his way out, and she fired the dude. That started the whole downward spiral for this company.
It's the fact that she said you've got a job for life with us, but the fact that company's probably not going to be around much longer. I guess he was kind of good to get out in a sense. After all, he won't have a job for life. He'll have a job for a couple of months, and then get fired, like he did.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Brooks just got here, and he missed probably the best thing ever.
Oh.
You can catch the replay later tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
So,
it was amazing.
That's the end of the news. Now we will move on.
Yes!
We're moving on to the section that everyone wants.
It is the year-end awards.
The end of year awards.
End of year awards.
There
what do
you
we
go.
call this thing?
End of year awards. The
end
end of year awards.
Where
And
did I get that from? Oh, fuck it. Ladies and gentlemen, awards.
Of course, the Suplah Awards are, for those who are familiar with our show, you know that the Suplah Awards are pretty much our most popular episode because shit always goes down. Shit always goes down on these shows.
Something bad is about to happen.
Every single time. And
we have so many categories.
well, we've got one more hour, and this is going to be for the awards. So let's start with our first award.
Our first award is drumroll. Best Wrestler of the Year.
Best.
We're starting with best wrestler?
Yes. Because,
Okay.
All right.
Because that's what we do every year. We're special like that.
All right. Actually, before we do this, sorry, I think we should talk about how we're actually going to nominate. I think that's a very important thing to do here.
That would be a good idea.
That would be a good idea.
Globe and Globes. What's a Globe and Globe?
Right. So, the way that these work, or at least it's how it's going to work this year, is that me, Andy, and Carmine, we're going to nominate one individual or tag team or whatever. We're going to nominate one thing for the award. Those three will then be the main nominees, at which point we will then discuss why we think this person should be the winner of the category, and then come to a majority vote.
Good.
There you go.
Okay.
I like democracy.
And also, these awards are just for fun, so if any wrestlers listening, honest to God, don't take it too fucking seriously. Stop listening to people on the internet. Get a life.
You won't have a hobby. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Anyway.
You idiot. Right, so, best wrestler of the year. I vote for one of two people. Well, two people, because I couldn't make
You
up
can
my
only
mind.
vote for one. You can only put...
Are you kidding me?
Can only put one person... Because then we've got four nominees. You need one.
Okay, I vote for one. I vote for CM Punk. Mainly...
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll explain why.
Should we do this like in a specific order every time, like Andy, me,
Andy,
Liam,
Carmine,
Yes,
Liam.
something like that?
We'll go alphabetically. Andy, Carmine, Liam.
Okay.
Okay. I, as probably no surprise to anyone, out of 2013, the standout wrestler had to be Daniel Bryan.
And this is going to shock you all, especially because of what I've said earlier, I'm going to vote Ryback.
What?
What in the fuck are you high?
Right.
Why?
Andy, why do you think CM Punk should be...
No, you need to explain.
Okay,
first.
right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you explain.
I'll
Oh my god,
explain.
Liam just put the best thing in the chat.
Not
Liam. Keelan just put the best thing in the chat.
Right.
Oh my
You
god,
put a
it's Gollum! It's Gollum Dixie! It's Gollum Dixie!
That's the best thing ever.
Holy shit!
We'll put this on the
Holy
Facebook.
fuck.
Put it on the Facebook group, Keelan.
I'm doing
Right. Anyway, the reason why I'm voting Ryback, I'm voting Ryback simply because he's the one person who I genuinely hate, and as a heel, the fact that he makes me hate him so much means that he's actually doing his job. So, in terms of making me actually dislike this person, he's done a good job.
X-Pac, the greatest worker of all time, then.
Yes, he is.
Jesus.
In terms of actually legitimately disliking him, I do, and he's a heel. If he was a face, it would be a different matter, but he's a bad guy. I'm meant to be booing him. And the fact is, he's shit in the ring, he's terrible on the mic, and he's a nasty person. That's a heel! That's a heel! So, best wrestler of the year.
No, Liam, I think you've mistaken what a heel is, because a person who sucks in the ring and sucks on the mic and sucks at their job, that's not just a bad guy. That's just a bad person. That's just someone who sucks at life.
That's just a shithead.
That's the difference.
Why? Who? How? How have you?
It's like Randy Orton. Randy Orton sucks at everything he tries to do. That doesn't make him a good heel.
So, okay, reason why I chose CM Punk is because Punk, I think, has not had a bad match this year. I think he's had awesome matches with The Rock. He's had awesome matches with John Cena. He's had awesome matches with Bryan. He's had awesome matches with The Undertaker, or a match with The Undertaker. And he had a fucking awesome match with Brock Lesnar. Everyone he has a match with is fucking brilliant. Doesn't matter who you put in front of him. He has a fucking awesome match. So
okay,
that's a legit point.
Even with the Shield, it's fucking brilliant. Everything, it's just gold. Everything is just brilliant. He's got like the minus touch. It's just brilliant.
That's a legit point.
Okay, I can see that. My standards for this was who's had the best year as it progresses, and that had to go to Daniel Bryan, because starting at the year he was tag team champions with Kane. They won at WrestleMania, all that good stuff. Then the feud with the Shield, and he starts thinking that he's the weak link, and he's got this whole thing where Team Hell No breaks up and all that. And then he gets so popular on his own that the freaking WWE champion chooses him as an opponent for SummerSlam, and he wins! And despite all the screw jobs and everything else, he freaking stayed on top in the fans' eyes for the rest of the year and is still there. And he was in the title picture for months. And despite all the screw jobs, despite how much the Authority tried to knock him out, the fans still want to see him as WWE champion and no one else. And that, in my opinion, made him the best wrestler this year.
I mean, when I picked Punk, I knew that it was a long shot. So I don't know how the fuck Liam feels. But
okay, I'm guessing because I'm probably the most, unpopular choice here. I guess
Stupid.
I'm the one who makes the decision, and because you guys aren't you're not gonna budge from your nominees here. So I'll budge from mine. I'll budge from mine.
Good.
CM Punk. Let's discuss CM Punk for a second here. CM
Really?
Punk. Well, I'm not saying he's won. I'm not saying he's won.
We're
okay,
choosing.
okay.
You gotta make this easy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's won. I'm discussing each individually. CM Punk started 2013 as a WWE champion and the longest reigning champion in 20 years or so. That's very impressive.
Absolutely.
And Andy's correct. Every match he seems to have had has been very, very good. Match of the year quality. Don't listen to the Slammies and giving it to The Rock and Cena. It should have been Punk in one of his matches.
Yeah.
Nevertheless,
Spoilers.
Punk took a month or two off.
Right.
And really, since he came back from that, he's not really done anything that I find really memorable. Besides possibly the feud with Brock Lesnar, but after that, what's he really done? He's had a couple of matches with Ryback and Curtis Axel, and we already know how much we hate them. I mean, is it really worth putting him as Wrestler of the Year because of that?
But to be fair, this feud with the Shield is very strong, and it has lifted him back up.
It's alright, but I don't see it as main event caliber. Alright, you know what I mean? Now, looking at Daniel Bryan has been there day in and day out. He has been WWE champion. However, his longest reign was only 24 hours. After that, he was put in a god-awful storyline with the Wyatts.
Oh, fuck that fucking...
Now, can I real quick? I was the guy who said Bryan should join the Wyatts. That was under the circumstances that he stayed there for longer than 3 weeks. He's already left. What was the point of that?
And it was a storyline that made sense. Let's remember that fact, because it didn't make sense. What was it? He was put in a parking lot one week. The next week he's fine.
No. Forget the parking lot. The storyline itself made sense. The storyline was that Bryan couldn't win. He knew he couldn't win, and the Wyatts promised him that they could help him win. But the thing is, they never did that, and then he left in 3 weeks. So that made the storyline awful, not the reasoning for joining.
No, I think...
The reasoning for joining was as strong as it could be.
The Wyatts have not had a strong storyline. I'm sorry, Kane, Daniel Bryan, The Miz at one point, which was a bit weird. No, I don't think that's been a very good storyline. But in terms of, like, crowd reaction, of course, Bryan's had it. And I've got to be honest, I'm going to go with Carmine's pick here. I'm going to say Daniel Bryan because he's had the crowd on their feet in a way that only Attitude Era stars like Stone Cold and The Rock have had.
The end of Raw was a very Austin-like moment.
CM Punk did very well for the first 2 months of 2013. Then he was put in a storyline with Undertaker, which just seemed cobbled together, to be fair. And they were just like, oh, Paul Bearer's died, let's jump on that bandwagon. Yeah, the match was good.
He was going to fight Punk anyway. They had to do something.
But that's what I mean. I just felt like it wasn't a legit reason for Punk to fight him in the first place. I'm not saying WWE should have killed Paul Bearer beforehand to make the storyline work, but I just think it didn't. I don't think Punk, compared to last year, it's just not been his time. I mean, the only standouts.
No, 2012 was definitely Punk's year.
The only times in 2013 that I can think of was his feud with The Rock in January and February of last year, and his very short feud with Brock Lesnar. Everything else, he's been off for a month or two, and everything else has been somewhat, to be honest, not very memorable. So I'm going with Daniel Bryan.
Fine. The Suplah best wrestler of the year is Daniel Bryan.
Yay.
So,
yes.
Now,
yes.
We have the worst wrestler of the year.
This is a fun one.
So I choose the entire TNA roster. Well, I did have that, but now I'm going to choose one.
No, that counts. That counts.
That counts. Oh, get the TNA roster. Yeah.
I will choose the TNA roster.
Woohoo! Victory.
Well, that's a majority vote, but if you wanted to know, if you really wanted to know, I was going to go with the TNA roster as well. Oh no, yes! Brooks, mate. Actually, we'll save that for another category, Brooks. Sorry for those who aren't with us on the chat.
Oh no, that's a different category.
That's a different category. That's a different category. I will go with the TNA roster.
It's so bad. It's
all right.
They fired half of their fucking roster, and they've brought in some awful fucking people. Rockstar Spud is a potato. He's such a shit. He's
potato awful. With a guitar.
He sounds Australian. I'm sorry. He sounds Australian.
Gunner equals shit. He's just awful. And everyone in that company is just...
And anyone who has talent gets stripped of it due to storylines like Bully Ray.
And don't they have their own knockoff Money in the Bank now?
Yes.
What? Oh, with the X Division title. I like that idea, but it has become...
No, it's the Fight or Feast or whatever it is match. Because I swear Gunner's walking around with the... I swear Gunner... Feast or Fired. I swear to God, he's walking around... He's walking around with a briefcase and he's saying, I'm going to cash this in, or whatever it is. It's their version of Money in the Bank.
That's awful!
Yep, they've been doing it for fucking years.
Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. They already have one. They have the X Division thing. Why do they need another one?
By the way, the X Division champion, I don't know who it is. I don't think they've been on TV in forever. So...
Is it still Manic?
I don't know.
Suicide?
It's not. I think it might be Sabin. I thought it
was Austin Aries. What the fuck is going on?
I don't watch TNA. This is the reason why I don't watch TNA, because it's shit. It is shit.
I mean, yes, there are. I do have to preface this. There are exceptions to this. I mean, there are people that are decent, like Christopher Daniels, like Kazarian.
No. If you're working for TNA, if you're working for TNA,
I was trying to think. My brain fart. But for the majority of the people there, you've got a 50-year-old guy who shouldn't be there. Rockstar Spud is horrible. Magnus isn't terrible, but
I think he got too much hype.
He's not great. He's not bad.
Everyone just wanted a British world champion, and then you got one. There you go.
Great, Magnus. Fantastic. Not Willie Regal.
I've got some bad news.
Oh, fuck that gimmick. I got some bad news, and I got some good news. The bad news is, this gimmick is still going.
Why do you sound southern? He's British, Andy.
Yeah.
I'm British. I didn't even need to put on a fucking voice.
Exactly!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whatever. Can we move on to the next category?
Yes! We will move on to the best female wrestler of 2013. My vote goes to AJ Lee.
Okay. My vote goes to Paige from NXT.
I'm gonna go with AJ Lee. I'm afraid.
Yes, let's line it up.
The only reason why I'm going with AJ Lee is because NXT's not as well seen, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, Paige is probably, she is a good wrestler. Don't get me wrong. But I just think that in terms of the one that's had more exposure,
that's fair.
I'm going to go with AJ. I think, true, I don't think her character in 2013 was as interesting as her character in 2012. I'm not saying that it was a better character, but in terms of the matches and I just think she's had more profiles. Saying that, she has botched quite a few things. So,
that's everyone botches for fuck's sake.
Everyone botches.
Yeah,
AJ Lee is awesome.
I'm going to go with AJ, and she is. Why are you with CM Punk? Honestly, I'm right here, AJ. I'm just waiting.
You're single now.
I'm single now.
Bit too soon.
It's all right. She doesn't listen to the show. Anyway, yeah. Moving on swiftly.
Yeah. Well, she bumps like a crazy.
That spear bump, dude.
When she got speared by Kaitlyn at one of the pay-per-views,
insane.
Oh my god, it was the fucking.
No, there was one on SmackDown where she looked like she got blasted.
She's fucking awesome. She can't do anything wrong at the moment. So yeah, AJ Lee, congratulations.
Congrats to AJ Lee.
Yes.
Now for my favorite category.
The worst female wrestler of the year.
I think this is
my
gonna be
vote
unanimous.
goes to Lady Tapper.
Oh,
Insane.
Really? What? Really?
Why am I insane all of a sudden?
I'm not saying. Wait. Come on. Andy, I'm not saying that she's a good wrestler. What I'm saying is there's someone out there who is even worse.
Is there?
Yeah, and her name is Eva Marie.
Oh yes, I forgot about her. That probably says everything. I forgot she even existed. So yes, I changed my vote.
I'm assuming that's 100% votes because I'm assuming Liam's voting for the same person.
Yeah, Eva Marie. Just get rid of her. Get her off my screen. For God's sake.
She can't sell. She's like the opposite of AJ Lee. She can't sell.
It's not even about selling. It's not about wrestling anymore. I have to watch her every week. She's one of the worst human beings on the planet. Forget wrestlers. She's the worst female of the year. In the world.
Wow.
Out of 3.5 billion women, she is literally the worst.
She's the worst.
Wow.
To be fair, I think he's right. To be fair. I mean, did you watch...
to just strangle.
Did you watch that match on Raw, where she did not understand, stay fucking still. She was constantly moving around and no selling. It's just oh my god. And what annoys me even worse with this is that for some reason WWE want to keep her around because they think she's hot. I don't understand it, to be fair. Right? Maybe she's got nice boobs. That's probably as far as I'll go. But they're desperate to keep her around. And she can't work. She no sells. And then they send her out onto Raw, which is their flagship show, to embarrass her. They actually said that. They said it was to embarrass her. So you're telling me that you dislike this woman so much you've actually compromised your show just to embarrass her. That doesn't sound like she's very popular. I don't understand.
Because she's not! They pay people to hold signs that say all red everything. They couldn't pay me enough to touch that thing.
But you still would.
It's awful.
But it's just so
worst.
Lady Tapper's bad in the sense that I need to explain my side of the story here. Lady Tapper's bad in the sense that they're just oh, she's this really tough woman and all this shit. She looks like a normal, everyday fucking person.
She's a bit taller. That's about it.
That's it. She has tall-ish.
She has tall.
I mean, that's
that is it. I mean, we've said some quotes this episode, but that is up there. That is up there with the top. She has tall.
That's all she has. Is tall. That's all she's
She
got.
has tall. That I mean,
You have tall. Cool.
we've had Gollum Dixie for Christ's sake, and yet she has tall is probably going to be the most remembered quote from this episode.
Darling, Roman Reigns, he has tall. See? It works. Everyone in life. The
Brooks.
Rock, he has tall. He became good. Like, there you go.
Brooks, I know you're listening. Make another Twitter header for Andy that says she has tall.
She has tall. She has tall. Guys, oh my.
That's it.
She has tall.
Like, they could have brought in anyone. They could have brought in Beth Phoenix, for fuck's sake. But anybody. No, Lady Tapper. That name itself is retarded. Like,
I don't even know what that means.
what is it?
I get the lady part, but Tappa?
I don't want her lady parts to make me Tapper. That's strange. The lady parts to do other things, not Tapper.
Oh my God, that's the best one I've
If
ever
I
heard.
start tapping on the fucking table or bed or wherever, I'll be like, what the fuck? No.
To be
When I
fair,
say
she
table,
is a
which-
professional wrestler.
See, Stacy Keebler had really tall. Antonio said in the chat. See what I mean? Fuck.
She has
tall. Wow. She has tall, guys.
Okay, next category.
Next category. I told you shit was gonna go down. I fucking promised. Best stable of the year, and my vote goes to Aces and... No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Why the fuck would I do that?
Don't.
Scared me.
My best stable of the year goes to the Shield.
Okay. This one's close for me. I think I'm the only one in the world who actually likes the Wyatts.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No. You've ruined it there. You've ruined it.
Let me finish. Due to match quality and storyline quality,
Why, are you high on drugs?
I'm picking the Shield.
Good, yeah.
Thank God. Jeez, I was going to say, because I don't... Okay, right. What? Can someone please explain to me the appeal of the Wyatts? I can understand they might have been great in NXT, but ever since I've come to Raw, I've not got the appeal. They haven't explained their characters, right? Okay, they're meant to be... No, I get it. They're meant to be cults, right? They're meant to be cultists or whatever. I get that. But what are they preaching? Oh, you follow the sheep. Okay, well, what's your philosophy on life, Bray?
No, not follow the sheep. I think everyone's just... See, what I think happened that went wrong with the Wyatts is they came out too cryptic. Because if you look at some of their NXT work, they're not as cryptic. And the crowds get really behind them because they kind of speak this, like, this truth of, like, fight the man kind of thing. And it's really, like, empowering to the crowd. But when they got to the main show, they came right out the gate being as cryptic as possible. And I think that's really hurt them.
And the problem...
The whole sheep mask thing is representative of the fact that... Stop that.
Sorry.
They don't say derp.
They say derp. That's what they say.
They don't. They cut off a scream. That's what that sound is. Now shut up.
He's saying derp. He is saying derp. It's literally just like derp. That's literally what it is.
Why do they control the right? Why do they control the show? Why do they control the production of the show? Why do they say derp?
Why is the Undertaker a zombie, Andy?
And then they've got the light, and they turn the light on, and he goes, "We're here." Blows it out, and then they come out with the light on. It's not even continuity right.
The lamp is more over than they are, for fuck's sake. When the lamp appears, everyone goes ape shit. It's just like...
We love lamp.
I love lamp.
Fuck
Come
you, dude.
on, up.
Remember when people could talk? All right. Give me a second.
Hey, sorry, I just had to veg. They're bad. I'm sorry.
Christ. Okay, so I'll agree that the clip with them saying we're here should have only been for their debut.
Yeah.
They don't need it every time. I will agree with that.
Yep.
But
Yep.
let me explain their character for a second.
Yep.
Stop it. Ah, damn it. Okay, the sheep mask thing is fucking... In his debut, he said that the people are sheep, they need to be led. That's why the guy behind him wears a sheep mask. Okay? So...
Right, okay.
Stop
Okay, no, right. Taking your explanation, right, of him being a leader of the people. What makes him so different from, I don't know, Damien Sandow, who claims to be the saviour of the unwashed masses? What is the difference? Right there, what you've just explained to me is the same gimmick of two different characters.
Because he, like I said, he's too cryptic right now. They need to, like Kaitlyn's just saying, they need to flesh it out, get a little bit more simple, and have him do one of his great speeches, because it really does work when you hear it.
No, I know. I've seen him on NXT. I have seen him on NXT, but I'm just taking WWE Raw into account here, because that's where they are based now, right? And where they're based now, if you didn't have NXT, like most people in America...
I don't have NXT.
Well, okay, yeah, but you're a hardcore fan. That's the thing. You will seek out NXT. I'm talking about the regulars who just go, oh, look, Raw's on, I'll watch it. What is their character? What is their motivation? He keeps going on about this Sister Abigail, and I'm confused. Is that an actual character, or is it just the name of his move? Like, what?
It's both. Let me explain.
Why?
Why the fuck is the rock bottom called the rock bottom? I don't know.
Because he's the rock,
Listen.
and when you hit rock bottom, you lose everything. That is the point. You know this phrase, oh, I've hit rock bottom. Oh, you've got nothing left to lose. There's nothing left. There is nothing.
All right, explain
that
F5 to me.
The F5? It's a tornado! He spins him round! It's a tornado!
Jesus.
All right, whatever. All right. Sister Abigail is this otherworldly spirit or something that they seek confirmation from.
You've lost me.
Everything they do.
So bad.
They don't explain this, though. They don't explain this on the show. What you're doing now, this is like the extended universe you read in WWE Encyclopedia or in the fan fiction.
I haven't gotten any of this information from NXT. This is just from what I've seen on Raw.
Are you making
I've pieced this together with my brain, you guys.
exactly that you've just made up?
No.
He sounded like Bray Wyatt for a second.
You just went, nope. So what the fuck?
Next category. I'm done.
I guess Shield wins then.
Yay! She'll win. So, well, this is gonna be fun. Worst table of the year, and I vote not the Wyatt family. Weirdly enough, I vote the Authority.
I also vote the Authority.
So,
Well, I've got no point there. I was going to actually say the TNA roster again, but
That's a staple.
I guess so. But no, I agree. I think the Authority have been. I was actually excited at first for the Authority because I think we were all hoping for
corporation.
a corporation. Yeah, I think we were all hoping for the corporation, but it's like they've basically sucked all the fun out of the corporation and just injected more boring.
Yeah.
I was never excited for the Authority for the same reason I never had any hope for Daniel Bryan's WWE storyline, because Triple H is in it.
Oh, actually, I might change my vote. Just quickly. Brooks makes a really good one. Total Divas, guys.
If we can vote for that, I'm voting for that.
I'm voting for Total Divas. They are basically a stable now. They've been teaming a lot together.
I'm still.
All right.
I'm voting Total Divas here. Thanks, Brooks, for that. That's an honorary help from Brooks there.
Oh, he's done the magical.
Yes, he has. But I'm going with Total Divas. The show has been awful. You can tell it's scripted. Like, I know I work in the film industry, but I think even my fucking dog, if I had one, I don't have one, but that just says something. I think even he would tell that it was scripted. It's so bad. The acting's awful. The storylines are terrible. And I don't see what this is bringing to WWE. Because the problem, this is the one thing that really annoys me with pro wrestling. When they do something that's real life, well, quote unquote real life, like Total Divas, where they break kayfabe. It's kayfabe within kayfabeception, but they break kayfabe, right? They're referred to as their real names and all that shit.
I just drank some water when you said kayfabeception, and I've choked on it.
Good for you.
Fuck's sake.
But they say like their real names, and you know they talk about wrestling not really being real. And then they acknowledge the show on the product.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Yeah, like it's
make
real.
Yeah, and that doesn't make sense because Total Divas, if we're meant to be so brain dead enough to believe that it's a backstage story, backstage show, then they shouldn't be referring to Total Divas on the thing. Because that's like halfway through a film, you seeing the scriptwriter and the director talking about what the next scene is. Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
I think as well, it's like it's brought in a whole load of people that shouldn't be there. Like
and
Eva
the
Marie,
other thing,
JoJo.
I thought you were talking about people who watch it, because I was going to say the people who watch Total Divas as well would probably be really disappointed, because they'll be like, oh, I really love the Bella Twins, I think they're great, and then they're going to watch Raw, and the Bella Twins are only going to be in a 2-minute match and then never show up again. So they're watching a 3-hour show just so they can see 2 minutes of the Bella Twins. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love 2 minutes with the Bella Twins, but...
Because that's as long as you would last.
Probably. But, nevertheless, when you've got such a weak women's division, why are you basing a quote-unquote backstage show around these women who barely appear on the product anyway?
I don't know. It's like Brooks says, though. I mean, alright, listen. He says it's like a car crash. It's so bad you can't stop watching. I would disagree. I would say it's so bad that you want to kill yourself. It really is a bunch of untalented, uninteresting, stupid women. Like, they're just dumb ladies talking about whatever the fuck they do in their day-to-day lives that was written by someone else for them to do. It's awful.
It really is. No, you're right. It really, really is.
I feel like I need to talk about The Authority, though, because...
All right, okay, no, that's fine. That is a nomination, so, I mean, go ahead. Talk about The Authority.
The Authority is so goddamn bad. Like, the only decent thing it's actually done, like, the storyline-wise as well, the only decent thing that it's done is turn Triple H back to where the fuck he belongs, to be a heel. Because as a face, he's horrible. But...
as a corporate heel, he's horrible.
Oh, he's better as a corporate heel than a face. Please.
That doesn't mean he's good. Being better than shit does not make you good.
This is the role that I think is less annoying. So fuck it.
You know what role would be even less annoying? If he just stayed off my fucking TV.
I know. But this angle is so bad. Like the angle is bad. The stable is bad because now you got Kane who put a mask on just to then go take it off again.
Yep.
You now, I mean, like they feuded with like the Big Show and stuff like that. It's just Orton is boring. Triple H is barely passable. Stephanie's just fuck off my TV. Kane is now, I don't know. Corporate Kane. I don't know. The Shield have just become kind of bodyguards. It's just awful.
Yeah, well, we really could talk forever about this, but I think we need to, like, kind of hurry through some of these, because we have a lot of categories.
Yeah, okay, so I'll happily go with Total Divas, then, if you...
Well, you have to, because we voted it, so it's a majority vote.
Fuck you. So, Total Divas, Worst Stable of the Year. Now moving on to the Best Tag Team of the Year. I vote for... this is going to be ironic, because we did say the TNA roster are bad. Bad Influence.
Okay.
Which is Christopher Daniels and Kazarian for those who don't watch.
I'm voting Uso!
Did you need to say it like that?
Yes, shut up.
Okay.
You know, this really says a lot when I can't actually think of a decent tag team. I'm going to probably go with, I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes and Goldust.
Oh, God, we voted for different things.
So we're going to have to talk why we've done that.
Can I just say why I don't like Cody Rhodes and Goldust?
Go ahead.
They're great. They're both super talented, especially as singles wrestlers. But something happened after they beat the Shield and won the titles where they became very stale very fast. What was the last interesting thing they did?
But they have awesome matches.
What was the last interesting thing they did?
They have awesome matches.
What was the last interesting... You can't think of one!
Goldust got powerbombed by Rey Mysterio.
Okay, but that was more like, wow, Rey.
And the thing is, though, right. I'm choosing Goldust and Cody Rhodes simply because You look at what happened with Goldust. For God's sake, the guy was at like 300 pounds in TNA as Black Rain, where he was wearing a really weird black wig and he had a rat. Okay, the gimmick was going to go nowhere. He comes to WWE, he shed all that weight, and holy crap, I think he's Hunico in gold paint.
Yeah, my God. He is channeling Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio. He can do
Not Sin Cara,
lucha.
he doesn't budge.
Oh, hilarious. But,
Wow, that was harsh.
I know, I don't know what's wrong. I think we swapped roles, Liam. I think I'm the asshole right now, but...
I think so.
But, I mean, like, he's improved so much. When I heard Goldust was coming back, I'm like, oh my God, no! And then, like, he's like a new wrestler. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
I agree, but I mean, like, that's what I was saying, because Goldust and Cody Rhodes, especially now with Goldust, they're great wrestlers, but their team is stale. The Usos, on the other hand, have just...
To be fair,
they main evented Raw and won.
To be fair, right? I see where you're coming from. I see exactly where you're coming from. What was the last good storyline the Usos had?
They've been fighting with the Wyatts and Shield, and in the Wyatts feud, they just main evented Raw and
I think
won.
with the Wyatts, Daniel Bryan's been the focus, and with the Shield, CM Punk's been the focus.
Yeah.
Just throwing
Okay,
that one
Daniel
out there.
Bryan's the focus. The Usos still won the match on main event of Raw.
After Daniel Bryan turned on Bray Wyatt.
Does it matter?
Yes, it does. It does.
He didn't turn during the match. He turned afterwards.
Nevertheless, he turned.
They won the match legitimately.
Yeah, but obviously, in context of the storyline, Daniel Bryan wasn't putting his...
Right.
Daniel
what was
Bryan
that?
was not putting his all into the match. From a storyline
All
point
right.
of view. Whereas at least Cody Rhodes and Goldust have been winning their matches legitimately. And I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to go with Andy's choice of Bad Influence because fuck the TNA roster. And we've agreed to that.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not budging either way.
The reason why I went with Bad Influence is because I think it's... You need to give credit where credit is due. And Christopher Daniels and Kazarian are fucking brilliant. Everything they do is comedy gold. And they are the most consistently funny, consistently great in the ring, consistently just brilliant. Like, whoever came up with the idea with those two being a team needs to be fucking rewarded with, like, a gold medal or something. Because...
What? We just remember that Bad Influence really started with an awful AJ Styles storyline.
But,
Oh, yeah.
but, they're brilliant. They're fucking great. Like,
No.
the Apple TV's thing...
No,
brilliant.
I'm not
It's-
budging. I'm not budging. I'm sorry. I don't watch
No.
TNA. I don't like TNA. And if we voted the whole TNA roster as the worst wrestler of the year, we can't then go except for the two tag team guys.
Yes, well, that's my point, except for the two tag team guys. 'Cause
No,
they're fucking brilliant.
no, I'm not budging. Sorry,
Not budging.
not budging.
Sorry.
I'm not budging either way.
Fine, so it's either the Usos... Or Cody Roster... What?
Cody Foster.
Wow! So either Cody Rhodes or Goldust. It's been like an hour and 40 minutes. Give me a break.
So who you picking?
I'm going
Dead
to
air.
go with Cody Rhodes and Goldust.
Woohoo!
Because they consistently have the best matches on every pay-per-view in forever. Because normally it's like the first match of a card, and then the rest of the pay-per-view becomes shit. So...
All right.
Cody Rhodes.
Well, then let's see if we can all agree on a worst tag team.
The worst tag team of the year, I go for Los Matadores. Right. See, my Spanish is awful.
What?
They're awful.
Here's the thing. I am also picking Los Matadores.
What?
It's stupid.
Okay, can I explain real quick?
Hang on. Can I say
Liam
my
needs to hit
pick?
his
Because I really think
Yeah,
I can
go
actually
ahead,
win one of you guys over here. And I think I've got Brooks on my side. Ryback, guys.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about Ryback. You put a bad wrestler with another bad wrestler, you
What
get
do
a
you
bad
expect?
tag team. But when you put together two good wrestlers and give them a fresh gimmick, I was expecting something better than what we got.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
go with them
Whoa.
because they were the most disappointing tag. I expected Ryback to suck.
Wait. You're telling me the little bull guy is not entertaining?
It's bullshit.
He's-
That's
he's-
awful.
It's like Andy running around in the ring. It's great.
I am not that fucking size, you motherfucker.
Those Matadores suck.
They do suck. They're terrible. They're awful. Like, as wrestlers, they're great. Like, Primo and Epico are fucking great, right?
They should have kept them as Primo and Epico.
I think they're more entertaining now than they were as Primo and Epico.
Because they got a little midget in a bull costume running around.
It's fucking
They've actually got a
stupid.
fucking personality now. I know who they are. Who is Hunico and Primo? Are there two guys that no one gives a shit about?
Personality? Liam, they got a midget in a bull costume and they
Exactly! It's the best thing ever!
Very, very, very flippy, pulley.
You can't go wrong with a midget in a bull costume. And that is the quote of the show.
Majority says Los Matadores.
Oh,
The mockery, Liam. Deal with it.
I need
So,
Keelan
yeah.
here.
You can't win best.
I need Brooks. Brooks should be on the show. He can back me up here.
Oh, well, too late. So, Los Matadores...
Actually, no. Brooks says, but Los Matadores makes sense as a tag team. Ryback makes as much sense as a David Lynch film. That is true.
Don't care.
So you know what? Ryback and Curtis Axel are both Paul Heyman guys. So they decided to team up. There you go.
No,
There's
they
the
just
reasoning.
put... No. They are not
the
Paul
reason.
Heyman guys. I'm sorry. A Paul Heyman guy is somebody that Paul Heyman actually believed in backstage. Putting Curtis Axel with him for no reason is not a Paul Heyman guy. Ryback defending him is not a Paul Heyman guy.
WWE
They
have
called
obviously
themselves.
changed that.
They called themselves Paul Heyman guys. They both thought
They're
they were.
wrong.
I know they're wrong, but WWE want to make you think that that's the way it works. So, there's the reasoning. Los Matadores, worst tag team of the year. We really do have to hurry. So, the best feud of the year, I vote for CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar / Paul Heyman.
Okay, this is tough, but I am going to choose AJ versus Kaitlyn.
What?
AJ Lee.
I am going to side with Carmine. Now, I need to explain why, before everyone starts having a go at me, I need to explain why I'm siding with Carmine. And this is so superficial, but I think it does make sense in my eyes.
Right.
I saw the AJ Lee Kaitlyn match. I did not see the CM Punk Brock Lesnar match.
Oh,
Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you?
go watch it.
So, for that reason alone, I'm
my
going
God.
with Carmine here.
Oh my...
Glenn's gonna kill you if he hears that.
Oh my god. Really? You're gonna base it on...
It's the only thing I can base it on.
Oh my god,
I was gonna pick it because they consistently had good segments and good matches and an actually interesting storyline for once in the Divas division.
Yeah,
while
I was going to
versus
say that
Lesnar-
as well. I was going to say that as well.
But while Punk versus Lesnar, a fantastic match, but it was really the only thing in the Paul Heyman storyline that stood out. The rest of that storyline kind of fell apart.
Yeah, that's true as well.
But I mean... yeah,
And Punk
right,
never
right.
got his redemption either. He lost to Brock Lesnar. He was like, oh, herp a derp, I'll move on. And then, this is the thing. CM Punk never got his redemption, but Triple H had fucking 3 matches with the guy.
Yeah.
And won twice out of 3 of them. No, he won once out of 3 of them, sorry. He did win only one.
Okay, fine. Well, I mean, the AJ and Kaitlyn thing, I think, I'm not, like, completely annoyed about, because, yes, that was the best feud in any women's division this year. So
It was, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. AJ Lee and Kaitlyn win best feud of the year.
There you go.
But we will now move on to something much, much better. Worst feud of the year. And I go for Dixie Carter versus AJ Styles.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from, but I'm going to choose one that's probably an elephant in the room. John Cena versus The Rock.
I am going to go with everything that TNA has put on TV this past year.
Perfect. Ian wins. Yeah, that's actually true, because Aces and Eights continued this year.
I
This
don't
fucking
think they
Dixieland
had...
shit.
They did not have a standout storyline at all. In the slightest. They just
The Kurt
didn't.
I'll change my vote.
They didn't,
Angle
though.
not taking the
I'm
whole
being
thing.
right, though, aren't I? They did not have a standout storyline at all this year. Anyone who wants to disagree with me, please go to the chat or YouTube or Facebook and fight your cause. But I'm not budging. There's been nothing that TNA has done that I genuinely care about.
Okay, fair enough. I'll change my vote.
Yeah, I'm going to change mine. Because just nothing TNA has done is good. I mean, Dixie as a heel is awful. The fact that they did a storyline involving AJ Styles when they knew that his contract was about to expire is like...
Was 2013 the year of Claire Lynch?
2012 was the year of Claire Lynch.
Oh.
But still, I mean... What? Why do you have an angle with someone who's about to leave? The only way that's ever worked is when Punk did it. But, like... They did it in a way that wasn't stupid.
They did it in a way that a lot of people cared about.
Exactly, people cared. And no one cares about TNA. At all. So, meh. And now AJ is wrestling in Ring of Honor now, for fuck's sake. So, congratulations.
TNA's loss is Ring of Honor's gain, evidently.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, if they could just lose Samoa Joe.
There you go. What's the next category?
It is Best Match of the Year.
I've known my vote since it happened.
I'm not going to go for the obvious one, because I can't be bothered. Mine, and you're going to be shocked about what the first two words I'm going to say. John Cena.
Jesus.
I know where this is going.
Versus CM Punk. It was a match on Raw in February, I think.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I know
It
which
was
one
to
you mean.
decide who
Yeah,
fights
I know
The
which
Rock.
one you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know which one you mean.
That one.
It was a good match.
That was,
but
yeah.
I'm gonna choose a different CM Punk match. This probably won't surprise anyone who watches the Let's Plays. CM Punk versus The Undertaker.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, for God's sake.
Stop fucking me, damn it! Anyway, Liam?
I actually think I'm going to side with someone here. And I'm going to side with Andy.
Yes!
Why
Really?
That's
Why am I the only one who thought that was the greatest match of the year?
Well, the reason why I'm siding with Andy is because, let's be honest, everyone marked out when they whacked out the pile driver there. Everyone marked out. It was a move that we had heard that was banned years and years ago. And to be fair, say what you want about John Cena, but even he thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to do it. I don't give a shit what they say backstage.
I know.
It was an awesome
And for
match.
me, I think I always like the people who just think, you know what? Fuck authority. No, that's no pun towards the authority storyline.
Oh,
by any
right.
means.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No.
I was like,
What I mean is, like, you know, they just didn't give a shit. They were just like, yeah, well, if they're going to fine us, let's take the fine. And I think that says a lot. Because they obviously, to be fair, they don't seem to give a shit about the money. They want to put on, or at least at that one match, Cena wanted to put on a match that the fans would go home happy with. And I think they did well. Don't get me wrong.
and it was on free TV.
It was free TV. The Undertaker and CM Punk match was good. But I think it goes back to the storyline again, and I just did not find the storyline that riveting. I think it was a poor setup for a storyline in the first place. CM Punk wins a fatal four-way match. I mean, who thinks... I don't understand where this has come from, this idea that facing The Undertaker is almost like having a shot at the world title. I don't get where this has come from. And the other thing as well is
Shawn Michaels made it special.
No, I know, but the other thing is... Okay, you can say this with the match that me and Andy have picked, but the other thing as well is that everyone knows Undertaker's going to win. Everyone knows
Everyone knew that Shawn was going to lose too. It didn't make it less of an amazing match.
No, I know, but I'm comparing here. I'm saying they're both good matches, but if I'm picking one over the other, I'm going to go with the Cena-Punk match.
All right, fair enough.
But that's just me.
There are honourable mentions. I mean, in the chat, Mr. Priceless has said Sami Zayn versus Antonio Cesaro.
I saw that match. It was as good as people say it is.
I need to see it, but
it was awesome.
It was good. Was good.
Another one would be CM Punk and Brock Lesnar from SummerSlam.
Yep. Bryan at SummerSlam was good. Despite what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
Let's forget what happened afterwards.
So
the match itself was
I
great.
was so
Yeah.
hoping that would be a good payoff, but it never worked. It never happened.
I told you.
I
told you.
know.
So I mean, I can't argue with Cena and Punk. That match was really good, and it was on free TV, and they did a power driver. So, fuck it, that will be it then. So the worst match of the year. Well, this is going to be good because my vote is Bray Wyatt versus
Jesus Christ.
Kane. At SummerSlam.
Okay. Again, I've known my answer since it happened. The sequel we never wanted, John Cena versus The Rock.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, fucking, but what? How can you disagree with that one?
Because
He's got a point.
Like,
He has got a point.
it wasn't a terrible match.
It was terrible.
It was. It was
It was
boring. It was
It was
boring.
move for move the same match as the first time, except they did 3 times as many finishers.
Bray Wyatt the Wyatt family used a mat to get into the ring when the ring was surrounded by fire.
Exactly. It was surrounded by fire.
It was boring as fuck. It was
You know what else was
shit.
boring as hell? Cena versus The Rock 2.
Yeah. However, my pick might actually surprise everyone. I'm going to go with every match the Total Divas had against the WWE Divas. Every single one of those matches that they had.
I have to change my vote.
Yeah, I need to change mine. God damn that Survivor Series match.
That was
It was full of
and then there was a
botches.
rematch on Raw.
Exactly,
There was
that's
a
what I mean.
style rematch on Raw, and it was twice as bad.
It was. There was so many botches that half the characters I didn't even recognize Rosa Mendez at first. I'm like, why is she here? And I don't get the point. I mean, I can understand AJ going against the Total Divas, but why Oksana? Why Rosa Mendez? Why whoever else was there? I can't even remember. Why Alicia Fox? Alicia Fox does a post show about Total Divas on WWE's YouTube. Why is she against the Total Divas? She does a fucking post-interview show with them.
And she's on the show once in a while.
So she's technically a Total Diva!
Oh my god.
I think we quickly need to do best and worst promotion, because we're running out of time.
We are
Okay,
running out of time,
so-
so we need to be quick here.
Alright, best promotion PWG, worst promotion TNA because it still
Best
exists.
promotion, PWG. Worst promotion, TNA.
Well, it doesn't matter what I pick, because they're the winners, guys!
Ta-da! Yeah!
There we go.
Yay.
Now, of course, just before we head off, we have got a couple of special awards that we need to give out here. And I just hit my desk. We've got a couple of special awards. The first one that I want to give is, of course, the Suplah Lifetime Achievement Award. This is for somebody that has done a lot of work for the show, but has been unrecognised, shall we say.
Worried where you're going with this.
Somebody that I
I
feel
am.
has been severely underlooked.
Oh,
Very
wait. I think I know where
recently.
this is going. I think this is a good thing.
It is a very good thing. It's a very good thing. I'm glad that Carmine agrees with me here. I can tell already he agrees with me. It's been
If it's
very,
what I think it is.
very underlooked, and I think we should show his appreciation. So, on behalf of the Suplah, I would like to congratulate Dragon on the Suplah
Oh, fuck.
Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, of course,
You are a dickhead. You know
why?
that?
Look,
You know, I thought you were going to do something actually nice and worthwhile for a second.
Such a prick.
Dragon, I think it's worth mentioning, of course, Dragon passed away earlier this year. And I just want to offer this award to his parents or his children, I don't know. I want to offer it promiscuously.
His dead
him.
costume.
Don't ruin the magic.
I don't think you should be allowed to
Costume's
talk.
dead,
anymore.
Liam.
Why can't I talk?
He's not coming back.
You're a fucking idiot, that's why.
Well,
What the fuck? Really?
He's already in your stupid Hall of Fame with Tony.
don't diss Tony!
And you know what? We should say it on air, because I don't think we said it on air. The newest member of the Suplah Hall of Fame, is this a serious one, Liam?
What?
You gonna say it? Glenn!
Glenn is awesome because Glenn tweeted to everyone on the planet about this show tonight. Like every fucking person you could imagine. From Chris Brown to Hugh
I thought you were gonna
Hefner.
give that last award to Glenn for this.
That was insane. and I'm just like, what the fuck? Brilliant.
The problem is,
Brilliant.
though, as much as I appreciate what Glenn did, he's not Dragon. And every
yeah.
year we have to... Every year we have to respect what Dragon...
Can we just... All right, I get it. You want to give a different award to Dragon every year. Can we just make a new award now that we can just throw at him every year? Can we just give him the Dragon award?
You happy now?
Okay, the honorary Dragon award goes to Dragon. There you go.
Brilliant.
Some year that's going to go to someone else and it's going to throw everyone off.
Oh,
Some year it's going to go to...
yeah, well, speaking of this coming year, should we do some quick predictions?
Well, hang on, I haven't done all my... Okay, yeah, we'll do predictions and then we're going to go on to the final award that everyone wants. Because I haven't...
Yes.
No one's let me have a moment's peace about it. So we'll get that to the very last. So let's do our predictions. Now, for
Let's
those
just
of you...
overrun by 10 minutes. Who
Hang
fucking
on.
cares?
Oh, well, screw it. We don't have a time limit. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the show, 9 times out of 10, I usually play a clip of what we said at last year's awards show of what our predictions were. Sadly, for some reason, we either didn't do it last year or we did and I cut it out of the show and I can't find it anymore. So, I can't remember what our predictions for 2013 were. So, we'll have to move past that segment and just move on to the next segment, which is what our predictions for 2014 are.
Okie dokie.
And try and just say one prediction, otherwise we're going to be here all fucking week.
Okay. My prediction for 2014 is that finally, after so long,
You say this every year.
He does say this every year.
TNA goes out of business.
No.
You say that every year.
Says it every
My
year.
prediction is that they hold on by a thread and they go out of business January 1st of 2015.
The thing is,
Just
the thing is now, a part of me thinks, no, they're not going to go out of business because we've been saying it every year. We've not had a chance here. But now that I've said that, I feel like I've jinxed it and they will go out of business.
Fine, I'll be the one that gets wrong. I say they're not going out of business this year. That's my prediction.
That's legit prediction. Legit prediction there. Okay. Have you got another prediction, Carmine? Because that's pretty much just debunking his.
Let's see. I predict that at some point in the year, preferably in the first half of the year, so we don't have to wait too long, Daniel Bryan will be WWE champion.
Not a bad idea.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, my prediction is, of course, we all know that Batista is returning later this very month. Sadly. Now, my prediction is that I don't know if he's going to win the Rumble or if he's going to go on to WrestleMania. But I do feel that he is going to win the title at some point this year. Now, this prediction splits into two different predictions. I'm counting it as one, so don't anyone try and debunk me here. But everyone seems to know that Batista is playing one of the main characters in a little film called Guardian of the Galaxies. It's produced by this small budget company called Marvel. They had a hit a couple of years ago with a film called The Avengers. I don't think anyone saw it.
I don't think I saw that, mate.
Yeah.
I heard of it.
You think you
I
heard
haven't
of
seen
it?
it yet.
Wow, I thought only film people knew of it.
It's the indie movie from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's so indie. It's so indie. So I don't know if it's going to do very well. But I think in order for promotion, they're going to do one or two things. They're definitely going to give Batista the belt around summer. But of course, around summer is when Guardians of the Galaxy is released, and he needs to go off and do promotion for the film. So he will either drop the belt to possibly Daniel Bryan or somebody else, or he will run off with the belt and do the promotional material like what The Rock did. Now, I don't know which one is which, because I would say that they were going to do what they did with The Rock, but unlike The Rock, Batista is actually returning for 2 years. He's not having the occasional appearance. He is actually returning. So
It's a 2 thing?
He's signed for 2 years, apparently.
Be a few months.
No, apparently he's signed for 2 years, and it is a proper contract. It's not like what The Rock or Brock Lesnar has. So,
oh man,
I don't know if they will allow him that much time off to go and do the promotional work with the belt. So we have to wait and see. But I definitely think Batista's going to win the belt around the time that, or he's going to have the belt around the time Guardians of the Galaxy is released.
Can I make another prediction?
All right, go on then, quick.
Really quick. like, really quickly, someone's going to snap within WWE, and you're gonna be like, I've fucking had enough with this. With, like, people like Brock Lesnar and Batista and The Rock.
Rob Van Dam.
All coming back just to wrestle WrestleMania and then just fuck off again and steal places that people like Daniel Bryan and other members of the roster that have been working their entire fucking arse off for a whole year for. Someone's going to snap and just be like, fuck this, and just, I don't know, not do a promo like Punk, but I don't know, do something whereby it gets noticed and something happens.
So you're saying that there will be a second pipe bomb, but not necessarily by CM Punk?
Yes.
Okay.
That's an interesting one. I
have another real quick thing. It's not as major. There's rumors that the Intercontinental and United States titles will become unified, making whatever that title is a bigger deal. So with that happening, I predict that Big E Langston will hold on to the unified title for a while, but the guy...
Hello? Come on, you've cut out. Right. Well, I don't know where everyone else has gone.
Carmine just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Oh, he's back.
Okay, what happened?
Did you not hear my prediction?
No, you cut out. Everyone cut out for a second.
Oh, great. I said that Big E Langston's going to hold on to the unified mid-card belt, whatever they want to call it. And the guy who will eventually beat him a few months down the line will be Dolph Ziggler.
I hope not. I really want to see Ziggler go for the belt again. I really do.
Yeah, but as long as it's the big one single main event belt, I don't see him going for it anytime soon.
No, I agree, because, I mean, there's a difference between hoping and actually what's going to happen, and I don't actually think they'll go with him. Because they've said they don't see money in
So his best bet right now is that unified mid-card belt.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, I think it's time that I move on to the final thing that we need to talk about. This is something that particularly you two have not shut the fuck up about recently.
It's mostly been me and actually Glenn.
Yeah.
But...
Well, I mean, I've been vocal about it to Liam.
Of course, as everyone knows, back in the Christmas edition of the show, which was nearly a month ago, I cancelled the Co-Host of the Year award because I wanted to go out on top.
Well then.
And I have not had a moment to myself from any of these four guys, Keelan included, about this cancelling of the award, and especially Carmine's dance break video.
Hey, that was great.
That was great, to be fair. That was great. You guys seem to desperately want a Co-Host of the Year award. So I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better, right?
Okay.
This is what I'm going to do.
Right.
We're going to have the Liam Dunn Co-Host of the Year award. This is where I vote for it.
Fuck.
No, because I vote for it. Because, let's be honest, right? YouTube's changed its outlet, fucking, what is it called? Design.
Layout.
That's the word. Layout, there you go. Changed its layout. No one comments anymore. So I think the only legitimate way we're going to do this fairly is if I pick out of all of the co-hosts who wins.
The people should pick.
Well, we only had like 4 votes, guys.
Oh.
So
yeah, but who got the most of those votes, Liam?
Well, in an award that has no ground, does not mean anything. Carmine technically won this award that doesn't exist, right?
I'll take it.
It doesn't exist though. Doesn't exist.
I'll take it anyway.
Doesn't exist though.
It exists. So, it exists in my heart.
Yeah, well, that's a bit gay. That is a little bit homosexual. Anyway. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to do the honorary, seeing as I am the undisputed, undefeated co-host of the year.
You're a fucking idiot.
I am going to do the Liam Dunn co-host of the year award.
Don't give it to yourself, you prick.
Yeah, you can't give it to yourself.
Too late. I've given it to myself, and I would like to give it to Liam Dunn, who is the 2013 Liam Dunn co-host of the year. Liam Dunn! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure working this past year. It has been a pleasure working this past year for all of you. And ladies and gentlemen, we have run out of time just in time for the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been your co-host of the year, Liam Dunn, and I will see you soon.
out.